Guys, it's Courtney, and how are you? I'm doing alright. Today I want to do a vlog about what books I'm reading right now. And look how crazy my hair is. It's like sticking straight out. I'm kind of sinusy, so my nose is runny, and so it sounds like I have a cold, but I don't. Anywho, I just thought it would be cool to do a vlog about the books I'm currently reading, because I am an avid reader, and so I figured why not share with my public. The first book, Concealed in Death, I've been waiting for a while for it to come because I had to wait until I came back from the UK to order it, or it was going to be astronomically expensive for some ungodly reason, because interesting enough, this series isn't popular in the UK. I can't find the books in store anywhere. I found it at like car boot sales and stuff, but which is a garage sale. But I couldn't find it anywhere in the stores. Nobody was selling them. It was really funny. Because anywhere you go, like Barnes & Noble has these, and little corner shops have them, and it's so weird to me that I have to order them online. But I did. So, Concealed in Death is the 59th book in the series. And I've read every single book to here since I was in high school, which was 2004. So I was excited when the next one came out because I only buy them in paperback, so I had to wait longer than everybody else because I don't buy hardcovers because they're big and they annoy me. It's hard to travel with a hardcover, right? I like my little compact books. And no, I'm not switching to a Kindle just because. No. Because when the Kindle came out, I thought, oh, how cool. And then I realized I like the feel of a book in my hand. I like being able to do this. And the batteries never run dead on a paperback, do they? So, that's why I decided I was going to stick with paperbacks. Because they're a dying breed, and I want to have as many as I can before they disappear. I'll be one of the only people. So, yeah, a little backstory on the series. It's set in the future. There's two main characters, a cop, and I won't ruin it for you, but her love interest, in case you decide to pick up the first book. And they live in New York, it's set, and she's been a cop for a long time, and a lot of the interactions with the characters are so funny. Like, one of her friends has a baby later on in the series, and the scene where the baby's born is so funny. Because the main character is so awkward about it. It just makes me laugh. And then there's this makeup lady that comes. And the main character doesn't like being make-upped. And so she gets really fussy about it. It's so funny. But unfortunately I heard on Amazon. Brain English? Anybody? On Amazon, yeah, we should just call it Yamazon now. On Amazon, I was reading the reviews because I didn't know if I wanted to actually buy it. I mean, I wanted to buy it, but I didn't know. And I guess apparently there's some stuff in here that isn't with the series. Like, there's some things, like details about the series that kind of stick through all the books. And apparently whoever wrote this one messed it up. So I don't know what that's about. So I'm hoping she's not using a ghostwriter, but 50 books into a best-selling series, and you probably would want a ghostwriter, you know? So that's Concealed in Death. I'm pretty far into it. I think I'm 79 pages in. So I'm reading that. And then I got this in the mail the other day. I've been wanting to read this for a really long time because I love Dr. Poe. He's like a local legend, as the show says. And he is, like, though I live a couple hours away, I actually live a couple hours away from his practice, so that's really sweet. So when they talk about Michigan, I'm like, I've been there, I know where that's at. But, I really have enjoyed this. The one critique I have about this book is that it does sound like just him talking in a run-on sentence. Like, it just jumps everywhere, and it's like they sat down and just recorded everything he said and then typed it out, which is really cool because you can, like, hear it in his voice because you know how he sounds, but it gets kind of confusing sometimes. I'm not very far in it. Only about 22 pages. Because it's the only book he's written so far, so I don't want to rush through it. But he's like my hero. And I've been wanting to go visit him, and I got it in hardcover, because the paperback is going to be as expensive as the hardcover, and it's coming out in 2015, so I just was like, whatever, I'll get it now. And I'm hoping that one day, maybe I'll get to go to the practice in Weedman and get him to sign it, which would be awesome. Because I would love to meet him, and I bet he'd probably sign it for me. So, I'm holding on to that for a long time. We actually Google mapped where Pole Veterinary is, and it's not that far from me. The joys of being in Michigan with famous people. Kid Rock comes here, and it's fun. So, I enjoy it a lot. This book is really, like, right now he's just talking about, like, his past and stuff. And I read on Amazon that a lot of the stuff in the book is from the show, like the stories and stuff, but I think from a writing perspective, it's going to be cool to see, or read the stories too, after seeing them on TV, like, because usually when you write, you put more passion into it, instead of, like, because it's a memory, and not when it's actually happening on film, you just kind of are going through the motions of whatever you have to do, like birthing a calf. So I can't wait to see, like, how it turns out, if it's written like the show, or if maybe he put a little spin, not a spin, but, like, put more, like, detail into it. Excuse me. And, also with writing a story, you kind of have an open gateway for, like, detail. So I'm betting that when he tells the stories, even if he had to, like, watch them again to pick which ones he wanted to use, I mean, you're seeing it as he's, like, while he's seeing it, and so he's going through it. But like I said, writing, he's got an open gateway to be able to explain it, and, you know, because they do the interviews on the show, too, and he says a little bit about it, but, like, I don't know how I should hold it. But, like, I think with writing you can get more detail, and I'm just repeating myself, sorry. But you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are the two books I'm reading right now. I can't wait to see what this one has in store, because I've been reading about it for a long time, and Dr. Pole even mentioned it, I think, on the show once, and I was like, oh, I have to have that. So, I'm so glad this came. I'm so glad. Because he's my favorite vet. There used to be a show on Animal Planet called Emergency Vets, and I actually got to meet one of the vets. He called me when I was like 7 on the phone, and we talked, and it was the coolest thing. And then his name was Kevin Fitzgerald, and he, like, because I wanted to be a vet when I was younger. And then I got older and realized I'd never be able to remember everything. So I kind of went, But, he called me for a school project. My mom found his number, and then because she had to call a gas station in Alameda, Colorado, and get the number for the hospital, and then she called the vet, and he called me back, and then the next thing I know, they sent me a picture in the mail that I still have somewhere. So it would be such an awesome thing if I could get Dr. Pole to sign this. Like, it would be like something I could add to my collection of famous vets. I'm going after Dr. Oakley next. No, I'm kidding. But, so yeah, I think it would be, I'm trying my hardest to convince somebody to go meet him with me. Because I want to take my dog up there to meet him too, because she's getting old, and I think it would be cool for her to meet him. And so, I'm really excited about the prospect of meeting Dr. Pole. But yeah, so that's the books I'm reading right now. I hope that maybe you'll pick one up or start the series. Because the first series the first book in the series is called Naked in Death. And it was written in 94, I think? 96, 94, 95, something. And that's not, actually, short story. When I was in high school, I went to the library to find a crime book to read because I was in Law and Society and I'm really interested in, like, crime books. I have a bunch of, like, Tammy Hoag. I read her, too, sometimes. But I have all her books, too, and so, I don't know, there's a big box behind me full of my books because I was going through them and stuff, and so I looked on the computer at the library and I was like, okay, law and book, crime book. And Survivor in Death and Born in Death came up, which are like really far in the series. They're like the 30th books. So I picked them up thinking they were the first books. And then I got to reading them and I'm like, these characters are already really well developed and So I did a little more research and found out that it's actually a series. And those weren't the only 2 books. There was like 40 more. So my journey of collecting it started, and I read Naked in Death. And then I bought Immortal and then Glory. And for a while, those were the only ones I had. And then a local bookstore opened that had books half off. And I bought them like crazy. Like 5 and 6 at a time because they were like $3 a piece. And like, it didn't take me long to get like the whole series. And it was so cool because I just could keep going and going. And now that I have to wait for them and I'm caught up, it's really frustrating. It's like watching a series on Netflix, kind of. Like, you have all the episodes and then you realize there's another season and you're just like... So, I don't know. I've loved this series since I started it. The characters are so well developed and I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy the storylines and the cases, and there's been a couple that have made me cry. Because you get attached. They're not just characters. So yeah. But I will be vlogging again soon. It's supposed to snow, so I may take my phone outside and do a vlog out there and freeze. I'm not really excited about the snow. But I might just, if it's snowing really hard, I will. Because I like to be out when it's like coming down and it's covering everything. But it was snowing the other day and we got like a little bit, but it wasn't a lot. It didn't stick, as you can see. I don't think you can see. It's just white. It did snow. See? It snowed. So, I will see you guys soon. If you want to become a member of my little family and give a wolf its howl, you can click down below, subscribe. And you'll see more crazy vlogs about random stuff because I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this channel yet. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye.